guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're back in the bus and we're going to start working on the floors. First thing on these floors, what we're going to do, we're going to get it as clean as possible. Once we get it as clean as possible, we'll sweep it out and do everything around these fender wells. You can see we're going to take off this edging. It's just plastic edging. We're going to take off that. We're going to take off these handicap things. We'll keep those for later. Here's the bus heater. This is the heater that's basically in the bus that when you're going down the road, you know, it blows out heat for the kids. We're going to keep this on the bus, but it's just screwed down to the floor. We'll take this, move it, and then we'll put our flooring, and then we'll put this back on there. This is kind of where we'll probably put some kind of our kitchen sink or something, so you'll be able, it'll be hidden. And but yeah, that's what we're doing. We're going to put pennies on the floor. Of course, all these holes in our floor, we'll silicone them, and then we'll stick a penny on there. There's quite a few holes in here, so that's the very first thing that we'll do after we get it all swept out and clean. But anyway, we're gonna get going on it and see what we can get done today. See these heater hoses? They run up through there, they run into the engine, brings fluid in here, and then it blows out for these kids to have heat. And we're going to keep this thing, so we took that little cover off of it, unbolted it. It's just bolted to the floor. That way we can slide it out, put our floor in, then we'll put it right back on there, and then it'll be under some kind of cabinet, sink or something up under here. We got the floor swept out. We got our wheelchair tie down. We got our heater where we can move it, put the floor up underneath it. Got it pretty much cleaned up. What we're going to do now is we're going to take pennies, and I'll show you down here. We're going to take pennies, and every hole that we come across, we put a little bit of silicone on there, and then take that penny, and it goes in there. Silicone. We'll take a penny. That way that moisture won't come up from the bottom side. Just like that. And that's what we're going to be doing. That's what we're going to be doing. As you can see, we got all the pennies in the floor, got them siliconed in. We're fixing to start putting this styrofoam insulation board in. This is just 1/2 inch. I think it's about $10 a sheet there at Lowe's. On top of that, we've got OSB, and usually when I do these bus floors like this, I would use a 3/4 inch oak just to get something a lot more sturdy, but I don't want to spend $95 a sheet, and I have plenty of OSB over there, so it is what it is, and I'm saving money doing that, so that's what we're going to do. But we got styrofoam insulation board, wafer board, and then peel and stick tile is what we're going to put. That's about $1.19 a square foot, and that'll be our floor. But that's what we're fixing to start working on now. can see, we got our insulation down. Wasn't too bad, was it, Nick?
No, it went pretty smooth, really.
Of course, insulation's easy to cut.
Yeah.
We went ahead and decided to do the fender wells too. I think we're going to enjoy that. Just sound barrier, insulation, but it looks pretty good. We're fixing to start throwing the wafer board on. That'll take a little bit longer just because we got more cuts and stuff like that. Harder to cut than the insulation, but I think it looks pretty dang good.
Oh, you look good.
I'm proud of her. Well, I think me and Nick's wore out for the day, but we got 7/8 of the floor in, the subfloor anyway. We got one more piece up here we're going to work on here next time, and because we like to have one piece that goes to the whole thing instead of one, little pieces cut here and there. We're going to try to make this one piece, and then get our vinyl flooring on, and our floor will be done, man. But it turned out good, strong, stable, feels good. But it looks good. We done a lot today. Proud of it. Hey guys, what I'm wanting to do here is I've got this one little piece left over, right? But I want to have one piece. This whole be the whole thing is one piece is what I want. So what I'm going to try to do is I've got this like construction paper. You can get it at Lowe's at like the painter's section, and it comes in like a 2.5 foot roll. I'm going to roll this out, mark it, cut it, to see if I can then make one piece of OSB in that whole entire piece right there. I'd rather have it one piece because I don't want to just have a little piece there and a little piece there. I like for it to be one piece with a few screws in it and done with it. So I'm going to try this and mark it up, see if I can't cut it out, and go from there. I've got this taped down, and I had to cut off this end. I wanted to make one big piece, but these two wings that come out for the stairs, it was too big for my piece of plywood to get it all on there. So I want those two wings on one piece and then half of that floor coming back, and then I've got another probably 20 inches out of that I'll add. That'll be our only piece. But at least around the steps, this is basically when you walk in, that'll all be one piece right there. So I've got it taped down, and let me tell you, trying to mess with paper and it's windy out here is an absolute nightmare. Also, I meant to bring painter's tape, and all I have is electrical tape, and it doesn't stick very good. Plus, when you get your electrical tape from Harbor Freight, that's what you get. So I've got it pretty much all taped down, and I'm just going to do my best And I'm just gonna cut it, saw it with my jigsaw, just around the edge. I'll get it decently close the first trip, and then I'll go from there on trimming it a little bit more. But I've got it finally taped down. It was a nightmare with the wind, but finally got it all taped down, and I'm gonna try to see what I can do. Well, got her done. Got that piece in. Took me a little while to get it, but had a small little piece right there, and then that stair piece. So I'm excited to have that done. Now we're gonna clean this floor up really good, and then I'm gonna put on some, well, hang on, I'll show you. Yep, so over the top of the OSB, I'm gonna put this Henry 336 self-stick tile primer. And I'm gonna put a light coat on that. It says it does about 330 to 400 square feet. This is only about 250 square feet. So I'm gonna just take a paint roller, roll it on the floor, let it dry, and then I'll start putting my peel and stick tile on that. But guy at Lowe's said use this stuff first, because it'll make that peel and stick tile adhesive really stick to this really good and adhere. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna sprinkle this on the floor, roll it in, and be done. All right, guys, we are back at it today, and I'm gonna try to put some of this peel and stick down on this floor. I used that Henry's 336, like it said, like the guy told me. Put it down, mopped it on. Of course, you seen me mop it on, and then when it dried, I mean, it didn't dry white like I thought it was going to, but I don't know if they just soaked it in or what, but we're gonna try this peel and stick and see what happens. What I did, or what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna run a chalk line from center to center up there, and I'm gonna pop me a line. That way I know exactly where the center of my bus is to start my first piece. I'm gonna work from the inside out, because we're gonna have some couches and furniture in here, and you won't see a lot of the edges anyway. So we're gonna work from the middle and then go to the outside with this peel and stick. But I'm gonna pop this line first and go from there. This is my wood floor I decided to go with. It's called Barnwood, and it's just a peel and stick. I think it was like $1.19 a square foot, but it's a little lighter. It's a little bit lighter colored than just the dark, so we'll see how it goes. So fixing to lay the first one down here. Seems like it's going on pretty good there. So You see that? Like, I'm gonna stagger that. That way the seams won't be all in the same. So I'm gonna just stagger it all the way down through there. Go from there. But it's going down pretty easy. I've got this little crease right here. Got this board just a little bit lower than the other board. I've got a little bit of a drop right here, but I'm not gonna worry about it too much. But I think it'll look good once I get her all done. Well, it wasn't too bad. You know, there's a couple little spots, like right here. It's not one to stay all the way down. So before I leave, I'm gonna put something real heavy on that little corner. But other than that, it turned out really good. Got to come back and, you know, trim the edges out a little bit. Of course, I'll have, you know, you're not gonna see very many of those edges at all. So a little bit of edging, and this sucker will be wrapped up on the floor. Hey guys, so come back out here a few days later. It's the weekend now again, and I think I put this floor down on a Tuesday night, I believe it was Tuesday night. And then, you know, I don't have any AC, no heat, no nothing like that. So I was really worried about that peel and stick being able to adhere to the floor. And it seemed like it has done fairly well. There's just a few little places that are kind of not coming up, but like never come down. You can see like right here, that little corner, but that's just the linoleum stuff coming off. So I'll just pull that one up here in a little bit and replace it with a new one. But it's, I mean, it stayed down. I'm pretty excited that it stayed down the way, as good as it's done. So I'm gonna go around the edges, trim out the edges a little bit. Of course, it don't have to be perfect because I'll have a wall up there and you won't see the edges. But anyway, fixing to get started finishing this floor up and call it good. Guys, the way I've been cutting these peel and stick is, well, it doesn't have to be perfect because I'm gonna put an edge, like a little edge all the way around this, so you won't ever see these edges. So I just kind of get it up there the way I want it. Take a straight edge, kind of describe it like that right there. And then I put it on something I don't want to scratch my floor. Straight edge like that. And if you'll just score it a couple times, all you got to do, you can see kind of where I scored that. Just put a little bit of pressure, and then if you'll just kind of, it just snaps. Bam. Pull that off of there. And I'll use my edge that isn't perfect, and I'll put it up against the front of the bus there where you won't see it. Just push it down, apply some pressure to it. And that's all she wrote. Just like that, it's easy. All right, fellas, we got the floor complete, and I'm pumped. It's done. Knees are sore, back sore, but it's done. And let's go in here and check it out. I think it looks pretty good, fellas. I really do. I really wasn't worried about too much, you know, the little bitty gap around there, because that'll be framed out. That'll be either a sofa or a closet or something over each one of these fender wells, so you'll never see the corners. Of course, down the side there'll be a wall, you know, up at least to the bottom of the window, so you won't see the edges. But come out pretty good. If you noticed, I got a heater on in here because I was really worried about, you know, it's peel and stick, so kind of needs some heat to kind of really get that adhesive going. So I'm gonna leave this heater in here, shut the door, crack a window, and let this keep at least a decent temperature in here. But yeah, it turned out really good. I'm proud of it, and I'm ready to start doing the walls and figuring out, you know, where we want to put what, especially over these fender wells, and of course where the wood stove is going to go, because we are going to have a wood stove. I know for sure we'll be getting rid of that air conditioner. Even though it works, I'm going to take that air conditioner off. I'm going to put a mini split on that back wall up there. So, but yeah, coming along. Got the floor done. That's a big one. So pretty excited about that, but turned out really nice.